It's possible to not have any money at all and still be rich. And it's possible to have all the money in the world and still be poor. Hey, what's going on? My name is Fernando Corona, and me, along with my beautiful wife and our 18-month-old daughter, have been investing in real estate for the past few years. Today, we are going to be talking about Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the book, and the mindset, what it actually means. Let's get into it.
I've had financial crashes. I've had people stab me in the back, but they're all good because I grow from it. That's spirituality. You know, people who are afraid of making mistakes, like they teach in school, they don't ever grow. Because spirituality is there's good and there's bad, there's right and there's wrong, there's up and there's down. Most people only want to be right, they only want to be positive. Well, you can't have that. That's not reality.
So the very first book that even got me thinking about real estate was the book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Robert in the book talks about how he grew up with his regular dad who was a PhD, had a job, and people would look at him as successful. And then he had his friend who had a dad who was an entrepreneur, didn't go to college or maybe a college dropout, and just did things a different way. And he called the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He called his personal dad the poor dad. He called the other dad, who was the entrepreneur and maybe the college dropout, the rich dad. And at first, you kind of start to think like, okay, well, was he rich because he had millions, or was he poor because he didn't have millions? And I don't think that's the case. I think the concept of rich and poor is a mindset. And it's not necessarily a monetary mindset, right? You could be rich and be physically or literally poor because your mindset has to do with your family. It has to do with the skills that you're developing, that you're working on. What did Robert really mean when he talked about being rich as a mindset or being poor as a mindset? And in my opinion, and just from my experience, right, even though I'm not, rich yet, I still believe to have a rich mindset. I look at opportunities. I develop myself every day. I'm, developing my skills. I'm connecting with the right people that I want to be connected with to learn how they do things. So I'm consistently striving to better myself and make progress. And then ultimately, yes, there is like the financial goal so that I can have some type of financial independence, which is ultimately buying your time back. So you could have time freedom so I can hang out with my daughter when, take her to soccer practice and do all that stuff, right? Get my weekends back. But I am definitely sacrificing right now. In no way do I want to try to mask that it's not a grind, that it's not a hustle, that you're not giving up weekends. I'm filming this and it's Sunday morning, woke up at 9 a.m. So it is a grind. It is a hustle, but it becomes a lifestyle. And as part of that lifestyle, I want to believe, or I do believe, that I have a rich mindset. As opportunities come, I can capitalize on them because I've prepared. That, in my opinion, is the rich mindset. The poor mindset would be you stay with what you know, you remain in your comfort zone, and you just consistently plateau over the course of your life. You're not living up to your fullest potential that you believe is possible. It's not comparable potential, right? I'm not comparing my potential with somebody else's potential or somebody else's lifestyle. I'm only comparing myself to myself. If I believe I have greater potential, then I need to make sure that I am living up to that every day. And if I'm not, I'm living in a poor mindset. So before you can even consider about becoming financially independent or starting to build wealth monetarily, you have to fix what's inside of here, right? First, we have to become rich in here, and then we'll become rich out there. So the concepts from the book, how are we applying this to our life, or how am I applying this to myself, right? To my own life. And one of the ways, obviously, we talked about is the mindset. That's the critical piece. So when I think about investing in an asset, the biggest asset is myself. I will always produce the greatest return on any money that I invest into myself. So if I go buy coaching, one-on-one coaching, courses, mentorship, masterminding, if I pay for that and I go and I attend these things and I give it my all, then I'm investing in myself. I will see a significant return from that, right? I believe that. And if I don't, then sometimes it's just like, what do I learn from that? That's the growth. What am I learning from that? And sometimes even if you don't see a direct monetary return, think about the experiences of like what you saved, what you learned, who you networked with, because you don't always know when that is going to come back in the future to help. And then once I have myself right, my investment right, we are looking into the next smartest investment, which for us, we believe is real estate, because there are 4 ways to make money in real estate. Number 1, cash flow. Number 2, appreciation. Number 3, tax depreciation, which means you're not going to be paying a lot of money on the profit that you make, right? You're not going to be paying a lot in taxes. And the last one is you actually have a tenant who's paying down your mortgage, which is increasing equity. So those are the 4 ways to invest in real estate, which is the key reasons why we choose real estate as one of our like wealth building classes. So many ways to make money in real estate, but for us, we've really capitalized on the rent by the room model to target affordable housing, right? To help individuals who need affordable housing actually get a room to live in. They get a room, they get a place to stay. We are able to rent multiple rooms out and make more money than a typical rental would. And so for us, that's the model that we're moving forward with. And we see, affordable housing is a big need, and we only see that need growing. So when there's a problem and there's a need and it's growing, if you fill it, then, eventually what we believe is that, we'll find success. And so if you like this video, if it connected with kind of where you're at, please like and subscribe. That way you can continue to see other videos as I post them, and it'll tell the algorithm, hey, this guy's channel is worth looking into. Other people can get value from it as well. And if you haven't yet, follow me on Instagram at It's Fernando Corona, and we'll talk soon. Take care.